Welcome back, everyone, for a Fists of Fury three-parter Cobra Kai Season 6 Watch Party! The date announcement trailer has arrived, and it's all sooner, much sooner than expected. Right off the top, the Watch Party fans nodded in recognition, while the Watch Party haters had their heads explode. It was revealed Season 6 would have 15 episodes. I first broke the news of that last year and have maintained it would be the case. Hayden tried to throw some shade with a fake out, but Watch Party loyalists knew to never trust what Hayden says. The next huge news is that the final season is splitting into 3 parts. 3! Netflix has never split a season up like that before. We also got confirmation from John Hurwitz that part 1 will be 5 episodes. That leads to the likely conclusion that the 3 parts will be 5 episodes, and then 5 episodes. It's the most logical. Think of it as a 3-act play or its own mini trilogy. Perhaps the biggest and most unexpected news is that part 1 will drop July 18th. It's basically 2.5 months away. That is way sooner than any of us were expecting. Get ready, it's gonna be a fiery, no mercy summer.
Manna from heaven, baby.
There is a long gap, over 4 months until part 2, which will release on November 28th. Here in America, that is Thanksgiving. It's traditionally a long weekend for the holiday, so movies and shows do drop then. But there's definitely gonna be a lot to be thankful for, and it sure beats Christmas shopping. For now, the final part is just slated as 2025. I tend to think the gap won't be as long. It could even drop New Year's Day or that first weekend. Obviously not guaranteed, especially as of now they're still in production, but I would strongly suspect a shorter gap between parts 2 and 3. With the 3 parts of 5 episodes each, there's a natural breakdown on how it will likely go. The first 5 episodes are the early drama in preparing for the Sekai Taikai. They train, they're back in school. Kreese is on the run and meets Kim Da-Eun. We will see the re-emergence of Cobra Kai. The middle drop of 5 episodes will likely be the Sekai Taikai. From news on the set, it seemed like the tournament was gonna be super long, and I'm starting to think the whole thing could run those 5 episodes. That includes maybe an episode for the trip over there, getting oriented and all that stuff. That will end with the conclusion of the tournament, however it goes. Then we get the hook for the final 5 episodes. It deals with the aftermath of the tournament. It'll be huge and brutal. Now let's dive in and see what we can find from this trailer. Right off, we should assume everything is from part 1. I suspect mostly the first 2 episodes even at that. We start off at Miyagi-Do and get a shot you would have never imagined. Tory and Sam are training side by side. Tory at Miyagi-Do, it's crazy. Now they are back in their white gis and white belts. The purpose is to show they are going back to the basics to prepare for the Sekai Taikai. You can barely make out the logo on Tory's gi, but there it is. I thought she would have gravitated towards Eagle Fang instead, but it appears clear everyone is suiting up in Miyagi-Do gis. While it's sometimes difficult to gauge for sure, I believe this is showing us Tory is still very new to Miyagi-Do and kata. Notice her stance is more shallow than Sam's, plus her arm isn't bent. The purpose of kata is to have a full range of motion with both power and grace. Tory is not there yet. It's still early season. It'll be interesting to see if she progresses as things go on. Hawk is in the background looking sharp and badass as ever. Daniel is with Amanda with his beautiful
"Love the smell of karate in the afternoon."
Now the smell he is referring to could only mean sweat and body odor from a couple dozen high school kids, which is a sort of an odd thing to enjoy, but everyone has their own personal taste. I'm not judging here. Okay, I am judging a little bit, that's kind of odd. Now there's another shot of the main guys running some drills or aggressive kata. They look serious and ready to fight. Hawk's Hawk is fully regrown in the bright blue we saw at the end of season 5. It's a very different shade of blue than he had back in season 1, as the whole mohawk is colored and brighter. I like the look, but I do suspect he may change it at least one more time before the end. There could be something new for the Sekai Taikai. Johnny and Daniel bow to each other. This is actually one of the more interesting moments, as I'm not sure what's going on. Johnny has his bag like he's going somewhere. Daniel almost looks serious.
I am serious. has a heart attack.
Perhaps Johnny is taking some students away for split training again, and they are bowing to each other before they break up. Or it could just be the end of the day like this famous shot. It does look great though. So now we have a sparring session, and Sam and Tory are definitely going at it. This is in line with what I've been predicting for a while. They're on the same side, but certainly not best friends. You can be certain that even though the purpose of this sparring is to train for the Sekai Taikai, there's still a lot of personal animosity and resentment underneath. The look on their faces almost promises this is one of those practice sessions that goes a little too far and too hard. And this may just be me, but does her face look like it's saying payback? I feel like she wants a little payback on Tory after losing at the All Valley. Deep wounds heal slowly and rarely all the way. Expect this to be a big fight. Now here's the most fun of the trailer. We have Johnny squaring off against Chozen in a sparring match, officiated by none other than Daniel himself. It looks fun. This is one of those great hypothetical matchups fans have dreamed of. Last season we got Johnny and Chozen fighting together. Now they're squaring off against each other. Who wins? Who knows? Johnny definitely has his strike first going, and Chozen has that Miyagi-Do defense. This is another example that even if it was meant as low-stakes sparring, it will likely escalate into something awesome. Looking forward to this one. Also in the voiceover, Johnny says,
"We're not giving up without a fight."
That is sort of telling. It implies they're in a situation where maybe they would give up. Considering they ended Season 5 essentially as the victors all around, there must be some major events to occur where it looks like they would even consider giving up. So definitely you can expect even in the first 5 episodes for some major moves and shockwaves to dramatically change the karate landscape. Now the next sequence involves celebration and a fight in a rather unusual location. At first I thought they were at an arcade, golf and stuff, something like that, but you can clearly see Theta Omega in the background. I assume they're at a fraternity. There was talk about a college visit, and this is certainly it. I suspect this is episode 2. Stuff is moving along, school is back, and the kids are looking ahead to college. But since this is the Miyagi-verse, undoubtedly there are some obnoxious assholes and a fight breaks out. Hawk is definitely scoring some great hits against the punks, and Miguel is definitely not being left behind. Also, for the first time, Kyler's with them. He even appears to be fighting alongside them. This is a major change for Kyler, but in a way, he has always proven that he can take any change and go with it. The only question is, if he's gonna go to college, he's gonna have to pass both trig and pre-calculus. You can't go to college with a shitty taste in your mouth. The next important fight is at the batting cages at presumably golf and stuff. Now this is Kenny, and in a special photo we see his brother Sean. They're fighting against Miguel and Robbie. Now what they're fighting over in a batting cage, I have no idea. It's probably over something that can be resolved in an episode or so. We also later see Kenny at Miyagi-Do, so we know there is an eventual reconciliation. This is just part of the healing arc. It takes time, it's drama. Eventually they'll come back together. I would say Robbie and Sean took each other out, which is why they're on the ground here. And by the way, Miguel, who kind of looks like Anthony here, has a great punch from that pitching machine. You see, Johnny's badass, manly Cobra Kai training really does prepare you for life. Chozen smashes a board. It's sort of an interesting moment because why? It's gotta be more than just cool. It's more than just a callback to Karate Kid 2. I suspect he is demonstrating or preparing for the Sekai Taikai. The All Valley had some board breaking, as you remember in Season 4, so maybe the Sekai Taikai has a similar event. But is he demonstrating for the students, or is he showing he can do this as a sensei? I've long suspected there could be some sort of sensei bracket in the tournament, and this could show they are included. There's a beautiful shot of Kim Da-Eun at what I think is her school in Korea. It's dark, but you can imagine this place lit up with torches would give a really serious vibe. Then the great
Cobra Kai is back.
Kreese. Now I don't think these two shots are actually the same scene because the lighting doesn't match. I do think Kreese is meeting up with Sensei Kim. They know each other from when she was little, and she respects him more than she did Silver. Kreese was on the run, but I'm still impressed that he managed to get himself some cigars and his good ring. Special Forces training never wears off. I do think the basic plot is Kreese meets up with Sensei Kim, maybe even in the first episode. She sneaks him out of the country on her private jet, and Cobra Kai regroups using her students from South Korea. We also have this production image showing the two of them together in their gi. I do think this is her dojang back in Korea. He's observing the students and helping out. I doubt he'll be able to show himself publicly or travel to the Sekai Taikai, but that isn't the most important thing to him. He just wants to finish his mission. The trailer ends with the students in their gis looking around. They look worried, nervous. Perhaps this is when they learn that Sensei Kim is still entering the Sekai Taikai with her students from South Korea. It's like the thrill of victory was wiped right off their faces. This will be a long, tough fight. May the side that shows no mercy win. Make sure you're subscribed. I'm going to be dropping a ton more videos in the lead up to Season 6. It'll be here sooner than you realize. Have a great day. I'll see you at the next watch party.